The Countdown Conspiracy, Chapter 12, Part 2. They're all acting like they're our enemies or something, Esteban frowns. I don't think they're against us. They might be, Anna says. My mind flashes guiltily to Krushkov. We don't have any real evidence for that, I say quickly to myself as much as Anna. All we've established is that they're keeping something from us. Okay, so if we can't get into Dr. Schubert's system, why did you drag us all in here then? Tamaki asked Najma. Because I found something shocking in Miranda's quiz, Najma says. Anna snorts. What? A correct answer? Shut up, Anna, I say, though I blush as Tamaki lets out a laugh at Anna's quip. Listen. Najma glares at Anna and unrolls her tablet. First of all, Miranda's quiz was way different than mine. In fact, it was a lot harder than mine. I lean back against the shelf and groan. Are you just saying that to make me feel better? Najma shakes her head. No, it's true. It was in a whole different language than what our quizzes were supposed to be in. Look. Najma presses a button. When I ran the code, this message appeared. Words hover in the air above Najma's tablet. Get out of here if you want to live. The worst is still coming. Tamaki lets out a low whistle. Whoa, that's way cooler than what my quiz's code did. I'm shaking, and I don't think it's from the cold of the freezer. Another message, like the ones from my World Window account. Dr. Schubert put that in there? Blunt, Anna nods as if in approval. Direct. Direct? Tamaki snorts. If Dr. Schubert wanted to warn Miranda of danger and get her to leave so we'd be safe, why doesn't he tell her all this to her face? Esteban for once is silent, furrowing his eyebrows in concern and looking over at me. Rahim watches me as well. Maybe he did, I say, barely louder than a whisper. My breath fogs in front of me. Dr. Schubert just suggested I take some time off. That's what he talked to me about after class today. If I'd actually managed to crack this quiz on time, I would have had this warning before that photographer attacked me. But I didn't. Someone's been sending you anonymous tips ever since you got picked as cadet, haven't they? Najma asks. Maybe it's been him. Who is he trying to warn her about, though? Rahim asks. That is a real question, Anna says. Yeah, I agree. Trying to get my trembling under control. Seriously, it'd be way more helpful to know who's trying to hurt me rather than all this vague watch out nonsense I keep getting. If Dr. Schubert's been trying to warn you, it must be because he knows the danger you are up against, but is prevented from revealing the culprit, Najma says. Just like Mr. Burnett wouldn't give you a straight answer. Maybe they are afraid of someone here finding out. We don't know for sure it's Dr. Schubert sending you all your messages, though, Tamaki says, before Najma can name Krushkov. This one, yes, but the others? Could be anyone. We should find a way to confirm it's been him, Najma says. Oh, Esteban exclaims. I can do that. We all turn. No, we're not just asking him to his face, Anna says. Esteban ignores her comment. Miranda, ever since I found out about those warnings you get, I've been developing a social simulator to try to pin down who could be your secret messenger. If you give me access to the messages you've gotten, I could run them through and match their source code and word choice against messages from Dr. Schubert, and any of our teachers for that matter. Esteban, that's awesome. I blink. Thank you. Esteban grins. I might not be as good as Najma, but I do what I can. Najma flushes at the compliment. That's one trail to follow, Anna says. Finding out who's trying to save you doesn't answer who's trying to kill you. I'm going to examine past security feeds. It's time we learned for ourselves who was around our helicopter before it blew, and who that photographer was talking to here. I nod. Probably a good idea if there are two sets of eyes on the security feeds. And no, I'm not about to suggest me. I hold up a hand to stop her immediate protest. I'll do it, Rahim says. I watch Anna. She can't really say no to Raheem, can she? Her face twists a bit, and I'm pleased to see that she can't. You keep trying to get into Dr. Schubert's files, Anna instructs Najma. We need to know who else knows about Miranda's replacement. And you keep an eye on Kreshkov, she says to Tamaki. He's top of the suspect list still. Hey, there's no way Kreshkov's got anything to do with this. Tamaki's eyes flash. Actually, Najma interjects cautiously, now that we're talking about it, the first time I broke into Dr. Schubert's files, there were a lot of emails between him and Kreshkov. She hits one fist into her opposite hand. Oh, if only I'd thought to read them. Hold on. You hacked into Dr. Schubert's email account and didn't actually read any of his emails? Tamaki asks. Of course not, Najma says. Why would I invade his privacy like that? Tamaki stares at her. Do you hear yourself? Kreshkov's nephew does want me to be a Mars cadet, so we can't ignore that they have motive, Anna says, getting the conversation back on track. Her eyes narrow at her word choice. They. Wait, hold on. I feel my heartbeat kick up a notch. You aren't suggesting that Sasha is involved, are you? At that, literally everyone stares at me. Well, yeah, I mean, Esteban trails off when he catches my wounded look. Or not. That too. Clearly, it's a possibility. Anna shoots Esteban an exacerbated glare. What makes you think he wouldn't be? Raheem. I turn toward the quietest member of our group. Come on. You're his friend too. You know he wouldn't ever be involved in anything like this. Raheem shakes his head. I hope he wouldn't. We haven't spoken much since I became a cadet, though. Anything is possible, but I don't think this is very likely. It isn't, I agree immediately. He's not a bad person. He's taking this whole thing really well, actually. We have spoken since I became a cadet, and he's been completely supportive. Well, we were speaking until... When was the last time you spoke? Anna asks, as if reading my thoughts. A month or two ago, I reply. I bite at my lip. Cold of the freezer stinging it. Guilt creeps into my stomach. I told him everything. My voice drops to a lower volume. I explained some of what we found. Najma's eyes widen. Miranda, what did you tell him? I look around helplessly at everyone. Did you tell him he was your official replacement? Tamaki asks. Oh my goodness, Miranda. You're a bigger idiot than even I'd imagined. Anna spins away, slamming her hand into a wall. What made you possibly think that that was a good idea? He's my friend, I clench my fists. He's not evil, and he had a right to know. What if he gets targeted next? Was this before or after that photographer tried to blow you up? Tamaki asks next. Before, I say. But that doesn't mean it's his fault, I add quickly as Tamaki groans. Miranda, he exclaims. Come on, guys. You have to trust me on this. I look to Esteban and Najma next, but they're both just shaking their heads at me in unison. Look, we'll call him right now. You guys can confront him, and then you'll see. I pick out his contact information on my droidlet. Raheem knows. He's his friend too. I ramble, poking at Sasha's icon. A circle spins around his face as the call starts. He's a good person. Sasha wouldn't try to... But I'm cut off with a bzz bzz sound. My droidlet flashes orange. Contact unreachable at this connection. Contact may have deleted your approval for communication. I gape. Gee, that's not suspicious at all, Anna says. Sasha. No,